main character, sometimes you're just like, how did you get this far in life, you know? The only reason I didn't read more yesterday is because I decided to download a Nintendo Switch game called Cozy Grove. It's basically Animal Crossing in a different font. He has brown eyes, but he has dirty blonde hair, and I was like, why did we do that? Cozy Grove has taken over my life. Hello, my gorgeous reading angel bestie queens. I hope they're having the most wonderful day of your entire stinking life. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday. I actually just finished filming a weekend reading vlog and it spilled into Monday, so we're starting this on Tuesday, but this is also going to be a very romantasy focused weekly reading vlog because I just have so many romantasy books that are on my TBR that I can't wait to get to. The tentative TBR, actually I can't even say tentative because I need to get to these books this week. We have To Break a Demon Curse by Madeline Elliott. This is the second book in the King and Coven series. This is on Kindle Unlimited, and To Break a Demon Curse just came out. It was released on August 1st. This is a series that's inspired by Little Red Riding Hood, but now that we're out of the first book and into the second book, I think it's gonna break away from the Little Red Riding Hood elements that we had in the first book. This series, we're following Alara. In the first book, she basically had to run away from home because she found out when she turned 25, her witch abilities kicked in, and she found out that she actually has access to a form of forbidden magic, and so she has to run away from the life that she's known into these blood woods, and she's trying to find the Demon King to request his protection while she can figure out what in the heck and bob is going on with her magic, her life. I'm gonna give updates on my thoughts and how I'm feeling about the book, but no spoilers if you have not read the first book. If you're interested in it, I never include spoilers in my vlogs, and if I do, I give you big warnings so that you know ahead of time, but no spoilers for this book. The next book that I have is called For the Gods by Rory L. Scott. This is also on Kindle Unlimited. So this one is following Hades and Pluto. Dominic Pluto wants revenge, Rose Hades wants solace from Dominic's prying eyes and thinly veiled contempt. When marriage between their two houses is the only option to keep the upper world happy amidst political upheaval, they are forced together. As tension lies and love grow, the more unlikely achieving those goals become. If you know me, you know I simp. I absolutely love a Hades and Persephone retelling. That's been like one of my favorites. I think this is so interesting that it's combining Greek and Roman gods, and the fact that Hades in this is a woman. I think this is so juicy, so I'm really excited to get to it. And then the last book that I have, To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. This is a Rapunzel inspired romantasy. It seems like it gets pretty dark. I've started to see some fan art inspired by this book, and oh my gosh, is it steamy and spicy. I can't wait. Let's start off with a little unboxing. I have an Amazon package. It's not really a bookish order. I desperately need to change my iPad cover. I've had this for 3 years. The case is just really dirty. I've tried cleaning it and I'm like, it just needs to be replaced. So we're gonna do that now. I ordered a new iPad case. So crazy. I never take the case off of my iPad. It's like getting a new iPad. Here she is. I got a pink one. We're still feeling very inspired by Barbie. Look what I just opened up to. It comes with all of these cute stickers. Oh my gosh, these are absolutely adorable. I don't think I'm gonna put any of these stickers on my iPad, but I might save them for some bullet journal spreads. Okay. Good morning, besties. Happy Wednesday. I am more than halfway through To Break a Demon Curse. It's a really short book. I think I mentioned it's only 285 pages about, so I'm definitely going to finish it today. I finally figured out how best to describe this writing style, because in a different vlog where I read the first book in the series, I can link that down below if you're interested. The writing style is just really fun and easy to read. And our main character, she's so dumb that it's almost painful. There's certain parts in the book where all of the pieces have to be not only in front of her and mentioned multiple times. It's just like such a dumb main character. And that sounds mean, but she really is. The best parallel that I can give for this series in terms of like writing style and main character setup is Kingdom of the Wicked. If you read Kingdom of the Wicked, you probably know what I'm talking about. The main character, sometimes you're just like, how did you get this far in life, you know? We're learning a lot more about this demon slash witchy world that we're in. We're introduced to more characters, which I think are really interesting. There's different demon, almost like demon courts that the Demon King rules over. And so there's the Beast Kingdom, the Blood Kingdom, the Sun Kingdom, and the Shadow Kingdom. I only have less than 2 hours left in the book, so definitely finishing that today. And then I think the next book that I'm going to pick up is For the Love of the Gods, because that has just, I've been dying to get to it. So I think that's the plan for today. I'm about to take JMO for his WALK, and I'll check in a little bit. Y'all, the best laid plans. I had every intention of reading a lot today, and instead I decided to film my Sunday video, edit, and schedule it, which now that that's accomplished, I'm starting to get like caught up on videos and it feels amazing. But I am now just sitting down to read. I'm gonna finish To Break a Demon Curse. Good morning, besties. Happy Thursday. So I ended up finishing To Break a Demon Curse last night. I haven't given it a rating yet because I was trying to sit with my feelings for a little while and figure out what I was thinking about it. Because in this book, more so than the first, our main character, I think her name is Alara. I can't remember. She's not very memorable, but she's very grating. She just needs her hand held through every situation, even when all the clues are in front of her, even more so than the main character in Kingdom of the Wicked. The reason why I gave the first book in this series 3.5 stars is because at the end, she kind of gave us the impression that she was, no spoilers by the way, she kind of gave us the impression that she was playing dumb throughout the whole book, and so I was like, ooh, juicy. Because I got that impression from the end of the first book, I thought she would be a more bearable character in the second book. Unfortunately, no. And then my other issue that I'm having with it is there was a lot of spice. It's a very sweet romance. It's going to be two characters that are just fully in love with each other, and they don't take a long time to sift through their feelings. This series feels like these characters are so much younger than what they actually are, and I think that the only reason we got this age of 25 attached to our heroine in this book is because there's spice in it, and if she was any younger, it would be weird because there's a lot of spice. There was spice in the first book, there's a lot of spice in the second book, but these characters are acting like they are 17, 18 years old. The spice in this second book as well was good. It just felt a bit repetitive. The reason I've been trying to sit with my feelings is because I feel that the second book is maybe a 2.5. I was skimming a lot the second half of the book because I just wanted it to be over, which is never a good feeling with the book. The fact that it was very see-through and I wasn't enjoying the characters, their love story, or the spice, it was just a compilation of things that weren't working for me. I think when the third book comes out in September 21st, I may still read it depending on how long it is. These books have been very short, and so even if I'm getting to parts that aren't my favorite, it's not a lot to ask to just finish another like 80 pages or so. So I may finish it. I probably will, just so I can like finish the series. I did end up starting, meaning I've read one chapter of For the Love of the Gods by Rory Scott last night, and already I can tell that this writing style has a lot more substance to it. The first chapter was amazing. It was very descriptive. I think that this book is going to be dual POV because the first chapter was in Dominic's perspective. Their relationship has a lot of turmoil, a lot of friction. They are feeling like enemies, which is great. The only reason I didn't read more yesterday is because I decided to download a Nintendo Switch game called Cozy Grove. It's basically Animal Crossing in a different font, and Animal Crossing is one of my absolute favorite games ever. I started playing the Animal Crossing series with Nintendo GameCube. You're a spirit scout and you get sent to an island that's haunted with ghost bears, and your mission or goal is to help them pass on, but there's a lot of a storyline that you get to play through. So it derailed my reading plans a little bit yesterday. I'm probably gonna continue playing it today. I'm being a good nugget and I'm reading, as I should be. I just had a couple thoughts that I wanted to share right off the bat, so I haven't read too much more. I'm really enjoying the introduction to the characters that we're getting. I think they're really fun. My only gripe is that Dominic Pluto is dirty blonde. Why? Why would we do that? I don't know. I do like him and I'm excited to continue to get to know him, but I just read that he has a full sleeve on one arm. He only has one tattoo on his other arm. He has brown eyes, but he has dirty blonde hair. And I was like, why? Why did we do that? But let me read you. This is the description. We're just meeting Adrian. Adrian, Zeus, Jupiter. It says, Adrian was built like a brute with a tall, strong build. Are we surprised? All of these men are going to be massive. Outside of that, he looked anything but. Always clad in a perfectly pressed suit, fresh off a clean shave, and back straight. His eyes were gray like a storm. You could literally see streaks of lightning in them, a fact that he just loved to tell any woman he was trying to flirt with. I think like the introductions are so good. I really like, the writing is descriptive, but I like the way that it's descriptive. It's kind of like short and to the point, concise. I don't know, I really like it. It's not overly descriptive, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to reading. Hi besties, happy Saturday. I haven't been reading a lot the past couple days because Thursday work was so worky and honestly a bit frustrating. Friday I had a relaxed day. I went to go get a massage. Ross had a half day from work, so we got to hang out together for a little while, go to dinner, stuff like that. What did I do this morning? This morning I got to work on some content that I'm going to be releasing for the 48-hour romantasy-a-thon that we're doing. It's going to be August 25th to the 27th. If you don't follow the Instagram account at romantasy-a-thon, that's where I've been posting those updates. I do post some of them on my Tori Between Pages Instagram, but if you want all of the updates as soon as they come out, I highly recommend following at romantasy-a-thon. It's always linked in the description box below as well. So I was working on all of the things that are going to be coming out in the next couple weeks, but we are going to have just a fairly chill like 48-hour readathon. There's going to be sprints the 25th, 26th, and 27th. Katie from Katie's Book Nook is co-hosting with me, so I'm super excited. There's going to be sprints on both of our channels. We're all just going to be reading some amazing fantasy romance books together and hopefully screaming, crying, throwing up about them. The only thing that I have left to do today I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx really quickly. I will bring y'all with me. It's my nephew's first birthday this week on the 17th, so I'm putting together some presents for him. And then I want to see if they have any cute like throw pillows, because I wanted to get a couple extra pillows for my bed, like decorative pillows, so that when I make it, it can be like a whole cutie little vibe. My reading has been a little bit more slow paced this week because Cozy Grove has taken over my life. Just kidding. But I have been playing it where normally if I didn't have a game that I was playing, I would be reading. I'm almost at the halfway point with For the Love of the Gods. And I'm glad that I haven't given a reading update up until this point because I needed some time to get my bearings with the book. So it's interesting because this is technically a fantasy romance. It takes place in the underworld. They have been forced into this marriage of convenience. There's kind of a miscommunication trope that's going on, which is not my favorite. However, I like the dynamic of the characters. It's giving hate to love. They definitely hate each other. They have a lot of verbal battles. They're just so standoffish with each other. We have gotten one scene where they're kind of getting under each other's skin a little bit more, which was really, really fun. The tension is tensioning. But the reason this book is so interesting is because it's, to me, not super reading like a fantasy romance. I have to keep reminding myself that it's not a contemporary romance because that's how the characters are reading. They're so modern. And then the other book that I've been reading is To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. I started this on Friday on Sprints with Hannah and Maggie for their book club, Spelled by Romance, I believe it's called. We all started the book together on Sprints, which was super, super fun. This is the Rapunzel inspired fantasy romance. I'm thoroughly enjoying the writing style of that book. I also really like the setting. It's giving, I'm not sure if I can fully describe it as grimdark at this moment in time because I'm only 100 pages into it, but it does have an overall tone of more darker, kind of violent, really flawed characters. It's tough to determine whether or not the characters are amoral or not, but they all have their like vices. The names in this book are a little bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with them. I think that our heroine's name is Orlaith. She is this like Rapunzel type character. She was rescued when she was a baby by who I'm assuming is going to be the hero. I honestly don't remember his name. It starts with an R. I think it's like Riordan or something like that. She gets rescued at a very young age by Riordan. She is orphaned at that point, very tragically. He kind of takes her in, except he's not really playing like a guardian type role in her life. He basically just lets her live in his massive castle. He's well off, so she has like a handmaid who I think has kind of raised her, and then other friends slash like really close relationships in this castle of these kind of guardian type people who have fostered her. The deal that's kind of an unspoken deal between our hero and heroine is that he drinks drops of her blood every single day. So there's that. It's a little questionable. We haven't gotten a lot of information about it so far, but I think that Riordan is the hero, like the love interest for Orlaith. And we were kind of talking about this on Sprints, like, is it weird that he's the one that's rescued her and is technically her like guardian type person, like has seen her grow up? Like, does that give weird vibes? But the thing is, he hasn't raised her. Like, he hasn't parented her, taught her skills like from when she was really little, like all of these things. He has really kept his distance with her for, you know, the 19 years from the prologue where we saw what happened and how she got rescued to where she is now. So like 19 years later, they don't have a relationship, I guess, but she's like very attracted to him. So we will see how it plays out. I'm not sure how much more I'll be able to read of that today. I kind of want my focus to be For the Love of the Gods so that I can get through it and finish it, because I have an arc for the second book in that series that I need to read by next week, I think. So that is going to be the focus for today, and I will check in a little bit. Hello, I'm here to close out this reading vlog and give some final thoughts and updates. I finished For the Love of the Gods by Rory Scott. I think my overall rating for it is going to be a 3.5. The things that I really loved about this book, I'm a sucker for any Greek and Roman god story. So I'm very intrigued for this series as it continues. Like I said, each book is going to be a standalone following a different couple. I love that. It's giving Twisted series by Anna Huang, which I love. This felt like a contemporary romance, even though it took place in a fantasy setting because they're in the underworld and it has to do with Greek and Roman gods. These characters just felt extremely modern. The plot is just there to support the romance between our two main characters. I loved the writing style. I love the descriptions of the characters. The romance was amazing. If you loved, I think it was Twisted Games by Anna Huang, which was a hate to love between, I think it was Josh and Jules. If you really loved that book, I think that you would really enjoy this book. The hate to love was so good. I also really enjoyed the spice. You get a couple spicy scenes throughout, and they're all very different from each other, and I really enjoyed how they each served a different purpose. And it shows the arc of their relationship, because in the beginning, they both just get under each other's skin. It's so much fun to read about. Their banter back and forth is really great. They have a lot of just like verbal sparring, which was fun to read about. A hate spicy scene, and then it develops over time, and their relationship turns from having so much tension, which then turns into angst and then turns into love. And I thought that that was so well done. Cons for this book are the things that just weren't my favorite. The main plot point of this whole story is a miscommunication trope, and I am not a miscommunication trope girly. So there was this quote that I highlighted, and no spoilers, but it's a description. We're in Rose's POV. It was a dual POV as well. She says, "I felt like my role as goddess tasked me with making sure souls transitioned smoothly into death, making sure they were at peace after a tiring, hard life, or yes, even letting my life source sustain the field of punishment and Tartarus, making sure that those who had spent their time in the upper world harming others paid for their sins." That's what I wanted to see more of. It was really odd because they didn't show a lot of their godly powers, their death powers. You do get some of them, but I wanted a lot more from that. I wanted to see what their role looked like as the goddess and god of death. It was very mundane in terms of their day-to-day life. That's why it was a 3.5. It was a little bit inauthentic for me for being the gods of the underworld, because I don't feel that they really fully played that role. The next book follows Lucas Poseidon and Daphne Athena. They are childhood friends to lovers, and it's going to be a second chance romance. I haven't read anything else of To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. That's going to be my goal that I'm going to be reading probably in my next weekly reading vlog, because I'm dying to get back into that world. I hope that you enjoyed this video, friends. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a cloud emoji in the comments down below if you've watched this far, and also please let me know if you've played Cozy Grove, how you feel about it, because I need to connect with some Cozy Grove lovers. Let me know any other like cozy Switch games, because as we're going into fall, I feel like I want to continue playing some cozy games. They're just so fun. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the comments. I'll see you in my next one.